But this time, you neither have to pay import prices or for an entire set of figures to get them. Decepticon clones, Pounce and Wingspan, today on Guerrilla Reviews. Yes, we finally got these two in modern engineering separately. As for the Autobot clones, I haven't seen anything of them yet. But then again, considering the Autobot representation in Siege anyway, probably not a big deal right now. One thing I will mention is that despite these two being sold as a set, I have seen these go for some rather ridiculous prices. Now, I paid retail for these, and it was acceptable for that price. I've seen these going for upwards of 50 or more. Don't pay 50 or more for these figures, people. Just don't do it. Anyway, getting onto the figures themselves, here we have Pounce, a very large version of Ravage. Well, I guess that's mostly because two very large jungle cats do tend to seem very similar here. But very nice. You can see the obvious what doesn't tab together and what they had to do to get it to work, but still not bad. And here we have Wingspan, the sort of Chad laser beak, or buzzsaw if you prefer. A little more hooked together here, but still a little loose. But I'd imagine the same thing could be said for either the Power of the Primes version or the original G1 version. So I can't complain too much there. Since I don't have them, I wouldn't know. Let's start with Pounce here for transformation. Don't worry, we'll get to Wingspan in a moment. We'll fold back the animal head, twist the robot head around. Yeah, it does kind of help with the illusion that this head does at least have the articulation to twist around. Always helpful. Fold these animal legs in, then fold these out. Fold the legs down and twist. Fold other part of the hind legs in. Twist with the other leg. Fold all this loveliness in. I guess. But you can either go like that or like that. Or if you really wanted to, you can go like that. No real way to hide that, but at least it's something. If that's an issue for you, I imagine you probably already have a solution. Moving on to Wingspan. Fold the head back. Twist the robot head around. Fold these wingtips in. Separate from here. Bring down. And fold in the bird feet, but they kind of do that themselves. And push back for robot mode here. And there we go. Pounce and Wingspan, robot mode. Ah yes, you do get to fold back the tail feathers, but they only go that high. Same thing with Pounce here. So you can either have them up like that, or you can have them down like that. No way for them to go any higher. That's just a thing. Okay, now that we have the Transformers version of Tomax and Zaymot, we can indeed see that they are incredibly similar. At least in robot mode. Molding is pretty much the same here. The backs, obviously, and engineering are a little different. But we do at least have the animal symbols to help differentiate them. And the Decepticon symbols in a rather unfortunate area. But hey, at least it's something. And no accessories with either of these. Another reason why you should not pay above retail for them. But at least you get this. At least you get two figures here. For the price, well, actually a little bit under a Voyager class now. At least I hope that's what it is. Given taxes, that could vary. But still, again, don't pay more than retail for these. Okay, moving on to articulation. Both their heads rotate. They only rotate. Shoulders on a ball joint. They also have this weird bicep mushroom peg here, as well as an elbow ball joint. No, nothing in the waist. Probably would have cost a lot more if they did. Anyway, now the hips, as you know with Wingspan here, do separate out. The same thing is on Pounce as well, but you don't need it. You know, ball joint for the hips, mushroom swivel for the thigh, decent knee bend, and nothing for the feet. And just to demonstrate here, and technically you can move the arms inward like that if you really want to, but again, with no accessories, there's no real point to doing that. And again, yes, same separation on the hips there. Yes. So, at least, unlike Tomax and Zaymot, you are at least paying for different engineering, relatively different engineering. They do it transform into different things, so that's something. But I imagine if you've already got this set already, you've already figured that out. But if you're interested in it, that's something, a couple of points to take into mind. Anyway, this wraps up this Guerrilla review. I am the Deceptiwolf. This has been Siege, Pounce, and Wingspan. And again, I remind you all, free your mind, free your toys. And if you do hear a buzzing noise, there's some drone flyers around here. Lovely.